So I think they are and from waiting they okay, then we can try. And those who are in online, I hope you can hear me. Right. Have you all received the access to LMS? So in there, I have uploaded the course outline, session plan, and also the site of lessons. Okay. And those, I think I have made there depend on the exception. This is the first time that we are meeting. So first I will introduce myself. I'm Srini, and we will be HR module for this semester. Right? And then here for the assessment, you will be having one group report and presentation. Right? So I will let you know about the details later, since there are these as well as online students as well. I have to change the assessment date because for the other batches, what I have given is to an exhibition. So I don't think it will be possible. So we'll let you know regarding the assessment later. Right? So there will be a group presentation and report. For the presentation, 20 marks will be allocated. For the report, 20 marks. Right? And then you are having one individual report, 10 marks. And we will be doing 5 in-classroom activities or via LMS for that 10 marks. Right? So group report, group presentation, individual report, and in-classroom activities. Right? So for that, except that individual report, classroom activities or LMS activities, that also we do as a group. So you have groups, that means now we have to create again, right? We will do that later. Before that, we will start the first lesson. You can note down this. So there will be 11 lessons altogether in this particular section. So you can just note down the topic, lesson 1, introduction to HR. Right, here, before moving on, I think in management also, we have done a separate lesson called HRM, right? In there also, we have discussed some things that we will be discussing here, right? So I think this one also I showed you, if you can remember the same slide was there, right? Can you tell me what it includes here? Yes. In the first picture. We have some machines, what else? Materials are there, right? And then the people, money, and consider the middle one as land, right? So these things, materials, machines, labor, money, land, what do we call them in common? Yes. What is the common term that we use? Resources. Right? So So then among these resources, we will be focusing on human resource in this module. Okay. So we are going to learn about human resource and also human resource management. So what does it mean by human resource? We have already discussed in the first semester. What is human resource? It's human employees of the organization. And then we have learned human resource management. In simple terms, we can say managing people, managing employees within the company. Okay. And then I think we have learned the definition of human resource management as well under management. Can any of you remember? We have learned that in comparison to management definition, by using management definition, we can develop human resource management definition as well. Okay. So what are the key terms comes under management definition? Can you remember? What are the key terms that were there in the management definition? Yes. Planning, organizing, leading, controlling. But that's efficiency, effectiveness. What else? And in there it included organizational resources, organizational goals, right? So in management, we have learned we are going to manage resources to achieve company goals. That's what we call management, right? So then human resource management means to achieve company goals, we are going to manage human resources, right? In management, we have learned about all the resources. Here in this module, we will be learning about only human resources, right? So then, in order to achieve company goals, if you are going to manage people or if you are going to manage human resources effectively and efficiently, that's what we call human resource management. Right? And in management, we have learned 4 functions: planning, organizing, leading, controlling. In HRM, we are going to learn about more functions under each lesson, right? So starting from lesson 3 onwards, we will be learning about those functions. Okay. So then here first I will give you the definition for HR and HRM. So human resource. You can note down first, human resource means the subtopic human resource meaning is employees of the organization. And human resources, employees of the organization. Then the human resource management, meaning you can write down utilization of human resources. Utilization of human resources effectively and efficiently to achieve organizational goals. To achieve organizational goals. Can you remember the meaning of effectiveness, efficiency? Effectiveness means yes. We can say we are trying to achieve whatever expected, that means achieving expected goals, we call it effectiveness. Okay. Efficiency means we are trying to minimize wastage, or we are going to use minimum resources. Okay. So then here we try to use minimum human resources to achieve our expected goals. That's what we call human resource management. Then in human resource, what are the unique characteristics that we have compared to other resources? That also we have discussed. Yes, they direct and create all other resources, but the only live resource, but that is only a live resource. It can create a guide as well as create other resources. Yes, they can think and act. They are creative, innovative, right? And we can develop them with the time, right? By providing training to them. So those are some characteristics. Here you can see the first one is it is the only live resource. Second one is HR is the one which create all other resources. Third it says it's only the labor that we will be hired, not the person. That means in organization we don't own employees. We are only hiring their service, so their efforts, right? And then they are innovative, creative. They can think, analyze, interpret. They are emotional beings, and we can motivate them by providing rewards, right? And they are unpredictable. We cannot predict them, right? They are always changing, and also we can develop them, or we can improve their value by the time by providing training. So these are some characteristics of human resources compared to other resources. Okay. Then in this lesson, what we are going to learn is about the evolution of HR, which is linked with evolution of management as well. So you can write down the topic, evolution of human resource management. Evolution of HRM. Right. Tell me now. Before these businesses have been emerged, or maybe before there are any shops, in early days, in previous days, how people have found out the things that they want in their daily life. Yes. Again, it's a article. How the thing people have found out the things, whatever the things they want in their day-to-day life, to find out the things what they have done. Before, after that. You gain first cultivation, or they have a shift to agricultural system. Means they have produced things. So then what they have done is they have prepared the things they wanted by themselves at their home, right? So then people, they were living at villages by preparing whatever the things they want at their own home, right? So that we call agricultural system, or we call domestic system, right? Then after that, what they have done, when they had surplus of products, they have exchanged it with each other. What do we call it? Barter system, right? So then from agricultural or domestic system to they have converted to a barter system where they have exchanged products, surplus products, right? Then after the barter system, with the changes of needs of people, they have decided to start factories in main cities, right? So then that we call factory system. So after barter system, they have converted it to factory system, meaning they have started factories. So then those who were at villages, they went to cities to work in those factories, right? So that's where HRF will be first starting, or the term will be first enter to the world, right? So then here we have, when it's come to evolution of HRM, the first phase we call period before industrial revolution. That means the period of domestic system and barter system. Industrial revolution means starting of factories, right? So before factories have been started, the period that we had is domestic system and the barter system, right? So then here you can note down the first phase under evolution of HRM. The first one is period before industrial revolution. Where we had first right, this is what comes under period before industrial revolution. We had domestic system, or we call it agricultural system as well. Then after that, barter system. So during this time, the people, they were at their own home, their villages. They had limited needs, right? So the life was very simple, less communication methods were there, right? So that's how they have lived. Then industrial revolution happened. Industrial revolution means factories have been started in places. Then these people, they decided to went there and work, right? So that's the second phase. So when they are starting the work at the factories, the owners of the factories, they have encountered several issues, right? Now it's the first time that they are taking people as workers, right? So in factories, what has happened is they have started doing mass production, right? Mass production, and also they have taken many work from employees by paying sometimes less amount of money. Right? So because of that, employees had some sort of satisfactions. Apart from that, when we are managing employees, when we are managing workers, we have to think about their welfare, right? We have to provide them facilities, and we have to maintain documents relevant to employees, right? And we have to train them. Likewise, there are certain conditions or certain things that has been emerged during that time. In order to conduct those activities, the owners of the factories, they have identified they need to have a separate person as well as a separate department. So that's where they have first appoint a person called personnel manager, and also a department called personnel management department. Okay? Nowadays we call it human resource manager and human resource department, HR department. So that's how the HR, the need of HR has been emerged, right? So then here, the second phase, you can write down period of industrial revolution. Period of industrial revolution. In there, you can note down factory system. So during a period of industrial revolution, we had factory system. And also you can note down in order to handle employee related concerns, they have appointed a person called personnel manager. Right, personnel manager has been appointed to handle employee-related concerns, and also personnel management department. Right, then that's what happened during the Industrial Revolution, right? They have first introduced HR practices in the name of personnel management, right? Then after that, third phase is we call scientific management era. This one. Can you remember the, we have learned this under management. Can you remember the father of scientific management? Who is the father of scientific management? Over the head, we are posters. I don't have posters. The father of scientific management is NW. NW Taylor. Right. So what does it mean by scientific management? The meaning is we have learned, it says there is one best way of doing things, right? So that means we have learned if we are performing same task, that means if all the employees are performing same task, they have to perform it in the same way, right? Or there will be a one best way which will be given by the management, and then all the employees, they have to perform it according to that one best way. That's what we call scientific method, right? And then we have learned about these principles of management as well. For this module, you don't have to remember these principles. It will not be tested again. You can just remember what does it mean by scientific management method, right? So then I will just go through these principles. Can you remember the meaning of rule of thumb? What is the rule of thumb method? It says we have to, they are replacing rule of thumb method with science. Example. Right, rule of thumb method mean we are doing things based on experience, right? So normally when it's come to the real world, people are different, right? So when we are going to perform a task, we will be doing it based on our own experience, right? So whatever that you have learned in class, or whatever that you have learned from your family, right, or during school time, based on those learnings, you are going to perform a task. That's what we call rule of thumb method. But here it says, in according to scientific method, when we are going to perform a task, we should not do it differently. We should not do it according to our personal experience. Management will tell you a method. According to that method, everyone needs to go. Right? So, simple example is if the company is telling you or giving you a format to send mails, official mails, every employee needs to follow that format. Right? You cannot do difference. So you cannot change the format. Right? That's what we call replacing rule of thumb method with science. Rule of thumb means performing according to experience. Science means performing according to the given one best way. Right? So then, in order to perform according to that one best way, we have to train people. Right? So that's what it says in the fourth one. We have to develop all the employees or train employees to make sure that they are familiar with the one system, right? And other two are within the company there should be harmony between management and employees, and also both managers and employees have their own role to perform. It is not only employees who are performing. Management also responsible to check whether employees are performing their service correctly or not, right? So those are the 4 principles. So I will not give you the meanings or anything because this will not be tested under this module. You can just for your knowledge, I have just told you. But write down under scientific management, third phase. Scientific management here. Under that, write down meaning of scientific management. In the write down every employee who are performing same task. Every employee who are performing same task should be performed in the same way. Which is called one best way. Which is called one best way. So you can just remember the meaning of the base, that is enough. And next one is trade union movement. Here now in scientific management method, the main there are some issues, right, in relevant to scientific management. One is managers, they have treated employees as machines, right? And also employees, they have considered all employees are same. They have not valued the differences of people, right? So what they have done is they have only focused of the company. So they have taken work from employees by paying less salaries, right? Due to these reasons, employees, they were highly dissatisfied, right? And they had to, they were dissatisfied. Because of that, they have decided to get together and try to earn their rights. For that, they have started this one called trade union, or we call labor union, right? So this is the first time that a trade union has been emerged in the world. So in order to earn their rights, in order to solve their problems, they have get together and form a union called trade union. Right? So that's what here it explains in trade union movement, right? So under that you can write down. We'll give you a small summary. Here I down in order to solve employee concerns, employee concerns. They have get together. They have get together and formed a union. Formed a union to earn their rights. To earn their rights, called trade union. Called trade union. Then the next one we have social responsibility. Right here, now in the previous cases, they have treated employees as either machines or maybe as a tool, right? So they have not considered the human aspect of the employee, right? So they have treated them very badly by taking, actually they have treated them as slaves. So then here onwards, they have identified the importance of employee and they have started to treat employees as human. Right? That's what here it says, more humanistic and paternalistic approach. Humanistic approach means they have treated employees as human. Paternalistic means managers, they have treated employees as their own child. So management and employees, they actually had the family life bond, right? That's what we call paternalistic approach, right? So here humanistic mean treat employees as human. So that is the meaning of these two. Right. Then next one we call human relations. So this also we have learned under that evolution of management. Human relations movement. Can you remember that we have learned something called Sean study? Right. There are human relation movement. The simple meaning is employee. Now, in order to treat employees properly, the first thing that we have to do is we have to understand them. Like understand their behavior. So we have learned humans are unpredictable. We cannot predict them. So then to understand their behaviors, we have to first check how their behaviors can be changed. What are the factors that will be impacting their behaviors? So in there, under human relation movements, it has identified employee behavior will be shaped by behavior of other people that they are interacting with, right? When they are working as a group, or when they are working as a team, or maybe department within the company, their behaviors can be impacted by those behaviors of the same team, right? So in there, I think I told you one example. When it's come to your badges, normally when you are now here, it will be there at least for 3 years together, right? Unless you are going to change the badges. So when you are together, ultimately without that means unintentionally, your behaviors will be shaped by each other, which in result will create, that means the entire badge is in the, it will create as the same, that means it will, how to say, when we are interacting, we can see entire badge is in the same way, or you are behaving in the same way, right? Badges තියෙනවා active badges. Right? Then some badges are there hyperactive, right? Hyperactive media in B. Then some badges are there, they are not active at all, like zombies. Right? So that kind of badges are there. Right? So that is happening since each other's characteristics, values, this will be impacted to each other. Right? There are differences, but still there can be some common themes. Right? So that's what it calls under human relations, right? You can note down this one. Human relations. Yeah. In there, write down employee behavior. But the 18A week date hyperactivity, then carry on. You have to get calmed out. Right, in there I down employee behavior will be shaped by behavior of other people. Behavior of other people. Behavior of other people that they are interacting with. That they are interacting with. Then final one is this behavioral science. Behavioral science here, the meaning is now we have learned that employee behaviors are different. So then in order to understand employee behaviors, we have to get support from other disciplines or other subjects. So can you remember what are the subjects we can refer to when we are studying about people? People mindset, people's behavior. What are the subjects we can refer to? Psychology. Psychology, sociology, right? Political science. So those subjects mainly they study about behavior of people. So then to manage employees, we have to first understand them, right? So then in order to understand them, we have to get support from other disciplines, because in HRM, we are not learning about how to understand this. Here we are learning how to manage people. To understand them, there are different subjects which study about human mindsets and the way that they behave. So then we have to get support from those disciplines, right? So sometimes HR, those who are doing HR, right? HR special degrees, normally they follow those courses, like psychology courses, to get support, right? So then here you can write down to understand employee behaviors. To understand employee behaviors, support from other disciplines, such as psychology, sociology, then anthropology, political sciences, is needed. Political sciences is needed. Right, so those are the different phases comes under evolution of HRM, right? So first we have a period before industrial revolution, period of industrial revolution, scientific management, trade union, social responsibility, likewise those phases, right? So nowadays we have identified the value of employees and that we have to treat them as human. Right? Then here the next point is purpose of HRM, right? What is the main purpose of human resource management? The purpose is to get right person for the right job at right time with right skills, right? So there are 4 key terms. Right. So these are the key terms, right? Here the meaning is right. We have to get the right person for the right job with right skills. Meaning, there should be a match between the person and the job. Right? We should make sure that the person that we are getting for the job is suitable for the job as well as having necessary qualifications. Right? And also we have to get the person at right time, meaning when the vacancy available, we have to get that person, not earlier or earlier or after, right? That's what we call right time. When the vacancy available, we have to get the person with right qualification to the most suitable job. Right? So that is the purpose of HRM. Here, the one which is given, the right time is missing. So you can write down this one. Make a liyagena antimata liyanna to ensure the right people with the right skills for the right job position in an organization at the right time. Then you can highlight those terms.
Okay.
Right job position in an organization at the right time. Okay, then write down, I will give you a small question. Write down why human resource is important or human resource management is important. Or you can write down why managing employees needed or why HRM is needed. Why HRM is important. So what you have to do is you have to write down, think and write why we have to manage people. What is the importance? ඔයාලගේ පැච් එකේ අවුරුදු කුමාරිය දෙන්නෙක් ඊමේල් වලට If you want, you can discuss with your friends and write down. Okay, what are the answers? So into employee your studies. How we can improve them?
Strategic planning.
Yes, we can manage the things and to reduce the cost level to employees. And another one is to retain employees within the organization, to attract new employees or talented employees. Right. To attract talented employees, to retain employees within the organization. What the non-verbal communication? To control cost of employees and to improve employee talents, or you can say training. Right, those are some things, and another important thing is, as we have learned, human resource is the resource which will be controlling other resources, right? So when we have other resources, we can make things possible. But in order to make that happen, we need to have HR, right? Even though other resources are available, right? When we have other resources, we can make things possible. But in order to make sure that activity is happening, we need to have people, because people are the one who will be managing all of that. Yeah. And that is the most important and unique resource among all. Right? So that's what why HRM is important. This one, right? So that's what we including the first lesson. The key part is the evolution of HRM. Right? So any questions from this? एक प्रश्न है प्रश्न है Okay, then we will have a break.
30 minutes lecture.
Right, we'll continue after. Right, I will do a part of this lesson. We will not be able to complete this one today. So we'll do a part of this. So here, what we are going to do is we will be learning about different functions of HRA. But some of these we will be learning in detail in separate lessons. Right? Here it is just an overview of maybe we will be learning just right. Detailed explanations will be given in separate lessons. Right? So you can write down the topic lesson 2, major functions of HRA. These are the functions that we are going to learn. Some of the functions we will be learning only the definition, and starting from recruitment onwards, we will be learning separate session as I have mentioned. Right? So first, I will explain you the first three functions today. First one is we have job design, right? So job design The simple meaning is we are going to design a job or create a job, right? If we are creating a job or designing a job, that we call job design. So what does it? What are the examples for jobs that you know in relevant to your field? Okay. Finance related jobs, finance manager, accountant, right? So those are some examples for jobs, right? So in organization, in HRM, the very first function is job design. We have to identify, now for example, if it is a new company, before we are taking employees in, we have to identify what sort of jobs that we need to have within the company to run our daily operations, right? For that, we have to create the job, or we have to design a job. Later onwards, we will be taking people to fill those jobs, right? So jobs design can be happen at the beginning of the company or even during the company as well, depending on the changes in the market. New jobs can be arise, so we can create new jobs. Right? So in job design, what is happening is we are going to create a new job by aligning three things to it, which we call tasks, duties, and responsibilities. Right? Creating a job by determining what are the tasks, duties, responsibilities that is related to that job is called job design. Okay. So then that's the meaning of job design. We are going to consider three things: task, responsibilities, right? So duties mean the main activities that we have to perform in relevant to a job, right? In relevant to your job role, what are the main activities that we have to perform? We call duties. Then to perform these main activities, what are the sub-activities? So supportive activities that we have to conduct, we call tasks, right? To perform the main duties that we have, we will be performing some supportive activities, or we call sub-activities. That is, we call task. Then responsibilities mean our obligation. That means once the duties has been assigned to you, you have the obligation to perform that duty, that we call responsibility. Right? So responsibility mean obligation. Right, obligation to perform allocated duties, we call responsibility. So main things that we have to perform in relevant to a job, we call duty. To perform that main activity, what are the sub activities we have to perform? That's called task. Then the obligation that we have to perform the duty is called responsibility. Okay, can you tell me example for a duty when it's come to lecture position? As a lecturer, what are the duties you have, or the main duties that you have to perform? Lecturing. Yes. Lecturing or maybe marking and preparing papers. They are the administrative activities, those are. Right? So if we take one duty is conducting lectures, that is an example for duty. Then to conduct lectures, what are the supporting activities we have to do, which comes under task? I think. Lectures, what are the supporting things we have to do? We have to prepare materials, right? And maybe prepare for the lecture, or maybe we have to prepare activities, right? So those are coming under tasks. Right? Then responsibility. So we have to conduct the lectures in a way that you can understand. Right, or maybe we have to conduct lectures accurately. That's what the responsibility is, right? Right. So write down example for an accountant. Write down one duty of an accountant. Then to perform that duty, what are the tasks they need to perform, and what is the responsibility? Tell me an example for a duty of an preparing financial statements. Then what would be the task? Okay. Right, I will say before preparing financial statements, they may have to do maybe ledger preparation of ledgers, right? Maybe go through transactions, right? Then what is the responsibility? The main thing is they should make sure that the financial statements are accurate, right, without any frauds and misinformations, right? So maintaining or preparing financial statements accurately is the responsibility. So likewise, for all the jobs in the organization, job design means we first decide what is the job, then we are going to decide what are the tasks, duties, responsibilities relevant to that job, right? So that's what we call job design. Simply you can remember designing the job or creating the job. Okay? So that is the first function. Then the second one is, yes, right, you can note down certain function, job analysis. Here, what is happening is we are going to collect information about all the jobs available. Once we create a job, we need to know some information relevant. So those information will be collected and then we are going to prepare them. Right? So by including summary, we will be preparing two separate documents. Right? So that's what the analysis. We are going and then so this is the meaning of job analysis. We are going to collect and analyze. Okay. So informations like tasks, So these are some of the information that we will be collecting, including job title. We will be collecting what are the tasks relevant to the job, duties, responsibilities relevant to the job, qualification needed to perform that job, what are the skills, abilities needed to perform that job, and what is the salary and other benefits relevant to that job. Right? So while collecting this information, we will be preparing two separate documents, which we call job specification and job description. So you may have heard about job description because in every job you have a JD, which sometimes you see in working. So that's what it explains why job analyst is. I will explain what is the meaning of specification and description later. You can just note down this. Right, then here we are preparing two documents, as I mentioned, job description and specification. Right, in job description, we are going to include information about the job itself. In job specification, we are going to include information about the job role. That means the person who will be doing the job. Okay. So then, can you tell me among these details? In job description, what are the things we are going to include? That means information relevant to the job. Means what information? We are going to include about tasks, duties, responsibilities, about salary, and another one working conditions. Right? Those details will be included in job description. In job specification, we are going to include about qualifications, skills, abilities, experience, right? Information relevant to the job role. Right? That means the person who will be doing the job in future, what are the things we are expecting from them in relevant to the job. Right? So nowadays, in the real practice, we are actually preparing only one document called job description. In there, we will be including job specification details as well. Right. So then here you can write down under job analysis. You can write down a point, collect the information. Collected information will be summarized into two documents. Two documents called job description and job specification. Then you can write the separate topic job description. Job description meaning this includes information about the job. Then you can write examples, tasks, duties, responsibilities, salary, and working conditions. Task, duties, responsibilities, salary, and working conditions. Then next one, job specification. Job specification. Job specification, there I write down, this includes information about the job holder. Information about the job holder. Examples. Examples, you can write qualifications, skills, abilities, experience. That is what the job analysis. Then third function we have human resource planning. We call HRP. Human resource planning or HRP. Here what is happening is we are going to find out future employee needs, and then according to that we are going to create a plan. The meaning is we are going to identify how many vacancies available within the company, and to fill that vacancies, how many people we have to. So by including those information, we will be preparing the plan. That plan we call human resource plan. So this is something we do on behalf of future needs of the employees. Right? So then here, normally what is happening is each department of the company, they will prepare a form called HR requisition form. In there, they are going to mention what are the vacancies currently available in their department. So they will mention the position and how many people needed for that position. Like whether they are going to, for example, let's say in marketing department, currently they need a marketing manager, one manager. Or maybe in the production, they need 5 factory workers. Likewise, in each department, they will fill that form by mentioning current requirement of the employees. Right? Then after that, they will send those forms to the HR department. Then HR department will prepare the final plan for the entire company by including needs from each department. Okay? So that's what we call human resource plan. Okay? So you can note down under this, under human resource planning. I will not give you the definition is there. We'll give you another point right now. Determining number of vacancies available. Number of vacancies available. And number of new employees needed. Number of new employees needed. And then prepare a plan. And then prepare a plan by including those information. By including those information is called human resource planning. Okay, so then from recruitment onwards, that's the fourth function we will be learning. Yeah, next week and in a separate lesson, right? So we will be learning from recruitment with 3 more other functions in our lesson 3. Okay. So once we have go through all those lessons, I will come back to this lesson again because here it includes only the definition of each function. Right? So you can refer this as a summary of all the functions. Then can you remember what we have discussed today? Yes, 11 to first lesson. So what are the cases of HR evolution? First one. Period before industrial revolution. Period after industrial revolution. Scientific management. Union movement. Social responsibility. Human relations and behavioral balance. So you can just remember what are the meanings of those phases, right? And then here we have discussed 3 functions and other functions in other lessons. And when it comes to your past papers, you can refer from 17A weekday paper onwards. 17A weekday. 17A weekend, 17B weekday, then 17C weekday, and you can refer to B weekday weekend papers as well, analytics papers. So here you can find the questions relevant to first lesson as well. If you want, you can right. So then are there any questions? No. Right, then the attendance.